Welcome to the NPC podcast.
My name is Rusty.
My name is Bennett.
Who am I?
You're Justin.
Okay.
You've made this joke, I think,
At least 4 times.
4. That's a
He
nice
edits all the
estimate.
he edits all the podcasts.
I watch all the podcasts.
Oh,
You're the one who doesn't watch our goddamn podcast, Justin.
Wow.
I live.
No
them.
wonder. No wonder.
I
Yeah.
live.
No wonder
them.
we
Then
only
you-
have like 3 views.
No.
I live them.
That's.
I
What?
live my
Like
podcasts.
he doesn't see why it's so terrible that he doesn't speak into the mic.
Yeah, no, seriously.
'cause
I'm
he
keeping
doesn't
my
hear
nose
it.
at the mic this entire time. I promise you.
Even
it will
that
be good.
might be
I
too
will be
far
good.
away, honestly.
I will be good.
Even that might be too
I'm
far
very
away,
soft
honestly.
spoken. What?
That's not any better. I still have to fix that.
Did I peek?
You're a little asshole.
Yeah.
You're a little asshole.
I don't know what
yes.
I'm doing.
You're like
See, this is why. Well, when I had the headphones on, did it help or make things worse?
I don't fucking know, dude.
You
Yes,
edit them.
It helped, but that's why I told you to get some headphones, and you can wear them anytime you want.
guys, can we stop the podcast? I need to eat something.
Are you serious?
Kinda. Only like 85% serious.
Wait,
We don't have to stop the podcast. I'll just be hungry. It's fine.
I'm hungry too. I haven't
I'm
eaten,
really
but
hungry.
also I'm meeting with
Starving
my
hard.
family today.
I thought we were going to start the podcast like 2 hours ago.
Can we just start the podcast?
We have started the podcast. I'm just making fun of you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. That's yours.
No, it's not.
Well, it's not mine.
It's not mine.
It's Dom's.
Oh,
Oh. Well,
Poor
way to be
Dom.
an asshole.
Sorry, Dom.
Sorry, Dom.
Blame Justin.
I just licked the mic.
I do it all the time.
I make out with it. I make out.
It's gonna be a weird podcast.
It's going to be a very weird podcast. We're all hungry and a little seepy, and
and I'm just weird today.
I'm feeling weird today too. Justin's the epitome
Justin's
of normal
always
though.
weird. Yeah.
So
My pants are riding up super bad right now.
can we talk about can we do a quick break before we start our podcast and talk about the binging stuff that we've done over the past week? Because I want to talk about Everything Sucks. Don't watch it.
It sucks.
It's not great.
Yeah.
It's a little too teenagery for me.
Yeah.
I love it. I loved the concept.
Right.
I was like, I'm all on board, but it got so sappy so
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad's not here. He's working at a Blockbuster Video, and I have his tapes, and now I'm watching them so I can be close to my dad. My white dad. I'm a lesbian. That's literally the entire show.
Nice.
I'm socially awkward.
Yeah, it sounds like
I-
teenagers.
I might be a lesbian, but I have an abusive boyfriend who will leave me whenever I'm kind of a bitch, but I'm kind of a bitch all the time. So what's the deal with that?
What are those?
Did you just send us? Oh, god damn it.
To both?
Yes.
You just want to pit us against one another.
No.
This leads directly into the. Oh, I saw her.
Damn, dude.
Impressive.
She's
Not
yoked.
my cup of tea.
She's buffer than I am.
It's not saying much.
I know. Buffer than most people I know.
Dude,
There
do
you
you think do you think she'd be able to whoop my ass into shape?
Probably because
She might be able to clench your dick off.
That's hot. I'm into that.
Ooh.
High and tight.
This. Don't worry, viewers at home. This actually falls into our second pervs topic.
We have a second pervs
Our
topic.
second topic, which is pervs. In case you do not know how this show works.
Oh yeah. We should start explaining the show at the beginning of our shows, huh?
Yeah, why not?
2,
yeah.
sometimes 3. Best friend. Go. Oh shit! Damn it.
Well,
Pretty sure
it's
that one's
just
taken.
the 3 of us. Sometimes a guest comes on board and we talk about one topic. We
3,
talk about-
sometimes 4 people.
gather
Best
around.
friends? No. Gather around these microphones.
Dude, I would say like acquaintances is best. I wouldn't even say best friends.
Okay, 3, sometimes
fucking like
4
you guys.
acquaintances. Gather around this table, or gather around these microphones because we don't always do this table because we did do a fire pit episode. Gather around these microphones
Justin, just stop,
Just
please.
stop. Justin, please.
We're trying to
and
do our
bring
own thing.
3 topics.
We get it. You have a hard on for kind of funny. We get it. We get it.
What do you mean?
So
Anyway.
we discussed 3 topics. The first one being nerd or pop culture related. The second one being pervs / relationship related. And the third being curves, which is just life related, man.
Yeah.
Life related.
Life.
And that's the Nerds,
Related.
Pervs, and Curves podcast.
Yes.
That's the gist of it.
That's the gist of it. But yeah, I watched Everything Sucks. I was like,
Yeah.
I was really into it at the beginning. because I was like, oh, this is a fun little thing. Or like they're trying to make a movie, and I'm like, I can relate to that because
I wanna
arts
make
and
a movie.
shit, and that'd be fun. And then they got super sappy and super angsty, and I was just like, ugh, it's like I'm hanging around Justin.
Yeah, pretty
I'm the
accurate.
worst.
That's true.
I'm the
It
worst.
is very accurate.
At
What'd you
least you know
binge? What have you binged this week?
A lot of movies.
Uh-huh.
I haven't been doing much
Anything-
TV show lately.
Anything notable?
Wes Anderson. Justin and I watched Moonrise Kingdom. What else?
Well, that's a good
We
movie.
watched a lot that day. We also
We
watched
watched
Moonlight.
The Ring.
The Ring.
The Ring. No, not The Ring.
No.
Ring. Or no. Circle. The Circle.
The Circle.
Oh,
yeah.
how was that? I heard.
Not
Horrible.
great.
Yeah, not
great.
great.
At all.
See,
Horrible.
that was one of the things I wanted to bring up with like one of those movies where it's like, oh, that's an awesome idea and that's an
Yeah.
awesome cast, and then like, oh,
They executed it so poorly.
Mm.
There
Well,
was-
it's like they got through the majority of the movie. They realized they had no more budget, and then they ended it.
they didn't know what to do, and there was no real conflict going on. Like there was no.
Like,
was
I don't
just-
know why that movie exists. There was no
Yeah.
story.
It felt like
Really?
nothing but first act. That's
Yeah.
honestly was the entire movie.
Yeah.
was the world cool? Because I know you're a big world.
It wasn't as good as I thought it'd be.
Mm, that
Honestly,
sucks.
yeah. Overall, it was kind of disappointing. And the trailer made it seem much more exciting than it actually was.
Yeah, it seemed like a suspense thriller, but this was just kind of like there was one suspenseful thing that happened the entire movie, and there
And it
was like
wasn't even that
no
suspenseful.
repercussions.
Lame
Nope.
sauce. Speaking of Wes Anderson, though, are we seeing Isle of Dog? Because I really want to see
Honestly,
the
it doesn't seem that interesting to me.
movie. What?
I've seen the trailer a couple times, and I'm like, it doesn't
It
seem all
looks
that great.
so cool. I'm so interested.
Yeah.
And I love his style. I loved Fantastic Mr. Fox. And
Yeah.
so if he's getting back to kind of that kind of style, I'm like,
He's never seen Grand Budapest Hotel.
No, I really wanted
Dude.
to, but I never got a chance while it was in theaters, and it's not available on anything unless for rent.
oh really?
Yeah.
That kinda
Trust me, I look all the time because
Yeah.
I really wanted to watch
It's
it.
awesome. It's really,
Yeah.
really
But
good.
you really like Moonrise Kingdom.
I loved Moonrise Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good.
I love most Wes Anderson films.
Yeah.
I
Was
can't
he-
think
was
of a
he a
Wes Anderson
good-
film I don't
Was he a
like.
good dog? Who's to say? But he
He
didn't deserve to die.
It's such a great movie. But yeah, so we
I
watched
need
a
to
lot.
see. Yeah,
Honestly,
we
I
were
don't
planning
even
on
remember-
watching the Royal.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah,
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I
How'd
loved
you-
it.
yeah?
I loved it.
Yeah?
It was
best
fantastic.
Harry Potter movie for sure.
Yeah.
Or like that universe.
Yeah, I loved it. I was a huge fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was very much what I wanted out of a Harry Potter movie, but not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It was very
It's
good.
the world,
I'm
but not
excited.
Harry Potter.
I'm
Yeah.
super excited for those sequels and stuff.
Me
Is
too.
it following Newt or is it following?
It's following Newt.
Oh, okay.
Which is great because I love Newt.
Next movie takes place in Paris,
Hell
and
yeah.
it will introduce young Dumbledore, played by Jude Law.
I love
Oh, I like
it.
it.
Love it a lot.
I like it a lot. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
But there's a lot of controversy regarding it because they're like, technically, when this movie takes place, I believe in like 1926, just like 2 or 3 years later, he looks. They use the previous actor for the flashback with Voldemort, where he's picking up Tom Riddle from the orphanage.
Mm.
And it's old Dumbledore, and they're like, how does he go from this to this in such a short period of time? But who
Magic.
cares?
They'll
Magic.
figure it out. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm sure they will. It's
He was like 600 years old in the books or something, right?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, honestly, like I can't see a way that they won't be able to figure something out within
Yeah.
the world to make sense.
And there were lots
like
of people.
they're very good at that.
There were lots of people who were pissed off that Johnny Depp stayed on as Grindelwald, or that they kept Johnny Depp on as Grindelwald.
Why?
Because
Why does Johnny Depp get so much hate? Can I?
well,
can I
because
ask that?
now there's a giant controversy right now where he allegedly beat his ex-wife Amber Heard, who is now
Oh.
dating Elon Musk.
Oh, she stepped up in the world.
Yes.
Love you, Johnny. I don't know about all that.
But
I never
but
heard
Elon
about that,
Musk
but-
could potentially rule the world one day.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we're
It
kind
was
of
it was a good decision for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also watched Akira, which
Akira.
you need to watch
Akira.
as
Akira.
soon as possible. It's on Hulu. That might be
I don't have Hulu.
well,
Hulu's fantastic.
yeah.
I'm
Nice. I need to
also
get.
if
Well,
anybody
can I just
if
bum
any-
your Hulu account?
if anybody is on the fence about getting Hulu or not, go for it.
Yeah.
I have not looked back.
Especially if you're an anime fan. Oh,
Or
my
just
God.
a show fan in general, because Netflix will get rid of a lot of their shows. Hulu's kept almost all of them since I got it,
Mhm.
and I spend more time on Hulu than I do on Netflix. As bad as
Also,
it
the
sounds.
thing about Netflix shows is that often when they leave Netflix, they go to Hulu,
yeah, exactly.
and vice versa. If they're
And
going to leave Hulu,
there's
they're going to
all
go
of
to Netflix.
Futurama on Hulu right now,
Hulu.
and Netflix got rid of basically all of it.
That's
Yeah,
probably because it
like,
went to
up
Hulu.
until like season 4 or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's only season 4 on Futurama.
Oh,
but
that's right.
in Hulu, all of it's on there, which is great.
Yeah,
and I
um,
believe Hulu has all of South Park.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
And,
Well, yeah, because
and it'll get updated. Like Legion was getting updated as it was getting updated.
they have
with the show.
sponsorships with
Yeah.
Comedy Central as well as FX.
Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
Yeah,
So-
which FX I think is one of the most underrated channels.
I cannot get
So
comfortable
that's
in this
probably
chair
where.
today. Hang on.
So
let me,
that's
like,
probably where
reposition.
It's Always Sunny went too.
That's exactly where.
Yeah,
where
it's
Always
fully
Sunny
on
went.
there.
Yep.
I need to. Yeah, I really need to binge that show.
It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did already. It's all right. I don't think it's
Day man.
fantastic. Oh, so that's where the issue is coming from.
Fighter
Okay.
of the night man. He's a master of karate and friendship.
What's up?
for
What's
a-
going on? Are you
Oh,
okay?
no.
I was just not sitting
missed a line.
correctly because all my chords are just kind of like.
Day man.
Another
Weird.
show I watched right after
Aw.
Akira was Cowboy Bebop, which is another show that you need to watch as soon as
It's
possible.
Fighter of the night.
It's so great.
man.
It's
He's
amazing.
not going to because he doesn't like our suggestions.
Yeah, no,
He doesn't like to listen.
It's
to
not
them.
until he
Champion
actually
of the
finds
sun.
it himself,
Yeah.
and then he'll actually be like,
No,
"Have you
I-
seen?"
So here's the thing. Here's a little glimpse into Justin's brain.
Oh God.
Oh, please don't.
All your suggestions, they go up here and they get stored in the memory bank. And I'll get to them when I get to them. But sometimes I got to find my own path. And sometimes that path will lead me to what other people have previously suggested, but it'll take me my own time. And
Bye, Rusty.
Goodbye. I'm leaving.
He's kind of my ride, so I don't really have an option.
so I'll get to them, but just not now.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because I'm paving my own way.
Well, why don't you why wouldn't you go off a suggestion rather than paving your own way, especially when it comes to consuming content
Because what if I'm in the middle of consuming other content?
like the 100?
I just have it.
And we both agree that you suck.
Mhm.
I just
and that's already
I
saying that.
needed background noise, whereas these shows require my full attention. The 100 certainly does not require my full attention, and I just use it for background noise.
Well,
From
what
when
are
I'm
you
working for other
watching
stuff.
right now then that is consuming all your time?
Nothing,
Well, then there we go.
but I'm working on other stuff.
Well, yeah, so are we.
Right.
Well, difference is I can't edit and watch something.
Mm-hmm.
And I
True.
can draw while watching something, and then I can retain the story because the 100 is not hard to follow.
Mm-hmm. You can
And that's why.
really retain that. Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
retain the fuck out of it.
it doesn't. I just. Yeah, it doesn't require my full attention, and I'd rather for the things that you suggest require my full attention, but I'd rather draw most days.
When have we led him astray? I don't understand.
I don't know. But we watched a lot of movies that day. Honestly, I don't even know if I remember all of them. Because let's try and figure it out. We
Well,
got
see, and
Moonlight,
even that day I
Fantastic
was drawing
Beasts.
for most of the movies.
Yeah. But he also was not able to follow as well. Also, he didn't get the full result out of them. So
Moonlight, Fantastic Beasts, The Circle, Moonrise Kingdom. I think that was all.
no, we watched another one too.
What was the first one?
Oh, we started Safety Not Guaranteed, but it was on Crackle.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. How is Crackle? Are you a Crackle?
No.
Nah.
No.
Mm.
There's
tried it.
ads, and then there was like an ad, like on the Roku, the last ad was like you had to click off of it, but there's no way to click off of it on the Roku, so we tried to reload the page,
And it
then it
started from the
started from the beginning, and then you try to fast forward to the part you're at, and then it replays those same ads, and we're just like, no.
Yeah, wasn't
Fair.
worth it.
Fair.
So
You want to just jump into it?
yeah, let's just jump into it.
Villains. You're dropping the ball. Villains.
Stop
Villains.
Stop
You know,
Stop prematurely
you-
ejaculating your speech.
Villains. Villains.
villains.
So let's talk about villains.
Yeah.
So this is kind of brought up because, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, we all just watched the best Marvel villain just a day ago for you guys and 2 days ago for me.
The Ant-Man villain. Pretty good. Pretty good.
No,
Dude. pretty good.
no.
Obadiah Stane? Are you kidding me?
Tony!
Yeah, no.
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 I love the Black Panther villain.
The
Yeah.
He
Mandarin?
was fantastic.
Better than the Mandarin?
I am the Mandarin.
Um,
Oh, Guy Pearce. You silly bitch.
Vulture was good, but I didn't like his motivations as well.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked the Black Panther villain.
I
I really sided with him actually in the beginning. Like the first half of the movie, I was like, I see exactly where you're coming from, and then you turn into an asshole. So I didn't, which is what you kind of want out of a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to extremists.
Are we going into spoilers with everything?
No, we're just gonna talk about the villains in general.
Just villains in general. And
Saga's villain.
what you like out of villains and stuff like that. Yeah.
Saga's villain for part of Saga's storyline.
I have no idea.
Prince Robot. 4.
Well, the villains are like they change.
Okay.
Yeah, they do. But I
day.
really liked Prince Robot because of his arc.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that redeemable villain is always pleasurably
fantastic.
consumed.
The almost anti-hero.
You know my favorite. Actually, you know my favorite villain, Jaime Lannister.
Really?
Yeah, think about it.
Is he a villain?
Yeah, he was.
Interesting.
Was he not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt like all of his motivations were.
Well, that's the thing with
pretty reasonable.
Yeah. That's the thing with Game of
redeems
Thrones,
himself.
though, is it's not black and white.
Well, that's the way Saga is too.
There is a lot of color.
I think Cersei is more of a villain.
Right, but
More
you can
has
have
been
more
more of a
than one villain.
than Jaime.
You can
I
have
don't
more
even.
than one villain.
But in my opinion, I don't think he's like. I don't know. I like a scheming villain. I like a villain who.
Littlefinger.
Yes, exactly. Well,
fuck you.
not just Littlefinger though, but like one of my favorite comic book villains is Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Lex
he's
Luthor's
great.
amazing. Lex Luthor's so cool.
Well,
I
Superman,
completely
so I don't really give a fuck.
understand.
Exactly.
Well, that's like I completely understand Lex Luthor's motivations.
He's like
100% because it makes perfect sense. I would be horrified if
Yeah.
there was an actual Superman flying around out there.
Mm-hmm.
I would not like it.
He's just an atheist, but
Yeah.
instead of when it comes to not really an atheist.
Well, no,
like,
he
he's
just
like a
he doesn't trust Superman, which
Yeah.
I completely
he
understand.
He doesn't view him as a god. You
No.
know, he doesn't view him as this all powerful, which he's not. You know,
No.
he is right. Superman's not all good. You know,
Right, and if
Which-
one day he decides to kill everybody,
he can
could.
absolutely do that.
100%.
And he's an innovator. He's a job creator for the country. He became president
Yeah.
at one point. I'm just saying. Lex Luthor, besides the whole trying to make, California fall off the map, was that one of his plans? I think so. Or make a new continent.
He was trying to make a new continent.
Well, that was in Returns. What was the first one though? The first Superman. Do you remember?
It just started off as Superman Returns, as if it was like a continuation of the old movies.
I know, but I'm talking about the old movies. What was the plan in the old movies?
Fuck, I don't know.
No, fuck.
I know Superman 3, they were
Shit.
trying to steal from a bank, and by using like a code that would take all the rounded. So sometimes with the bank they deal with fractions of cents,
Yeah.
and so they built a computer virus. The Kryptonians built a computer virus that would take away those fractions of cents for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, it would always round down, and so you just
Yeah,
take
and
all
then
those
you would-
fractions and all those fractions and all those fractions will eventually add up, and then you'll be a fucking bajillionaire.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's I see. That's
It's a
cool.
good idea.
That's awesome. Yeah, go do it.
But like Superman, like I don't know, he's just.
Well, we're not talking about the heroes. We're talking about the villains.
Yeah,
I just think that's like a lame plot for a superhero
We don't care about
thing
the
to
superhero.
overcome. But like that's like a lame villain.
No,
in
I
the
don't
whole
think so.
scheme of things. Like it's in the wrong place. Because you have to see the villains in their context.
Well, but isn't that more fascinating? Just this strong guy who can do whatever is basically taking on a guy who has no powers, who's just cheating the system, and he can't get to him because of the system.
So
that
why
he
am
lives
I not rooting for the guy with no powers?
in. You should be rooting for the guy with no powers. Hashtag yes Lex.
So is he a villain in your eyes?
I don't know if he's only a villain by the fact that the
He's-
Superman is placed as the protagonist.
He's an antagonist. Yeah.
By that. But realistically,
We're all heroes in our own story, man.
We're all-
And that makes a more compelling villain than
anybody who's against you
straight
is
up-
a villain.
a straight up guy
in
who's
your
just,
story.
I am evil. No.
Yeah. Which was,
A lot
Justice
of villains.
League villain.
Yeah. I will
Which was
destroy
horrible.
everything.
Which
What are you
was
talking
horrible.
about? Just the CG of all CGs?
Garbage. Straight garbage.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
not
you
missing
don't
much.
need to.
I don't need to.
What else? Who are the other villains that I love?
But because you guys are saying that I don't need
Doc
to, I'm gonna
Ock.
watch it.
I love him, especially in the Superior Spider-Man comics, because he's a villain and he takes over Peter Parker's body and gets powers and everything.
And sleeps with Mary Jane.
No.
Yes.
He masturbates to her. No, I read the comics. Fuck you. He does not sleep with her.
He masturbates to her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean.
So he actually gets with this girl who's like, who she ends up working for him as Parker. And anyway, doesn't matter. That's not the part of the story. But basically, he was a villain that took over the body, and he's just doing super villainous shit until Peter finally is like, no, and he imbues upon him the importance of great power. With great power comes great responsibility, and he kind of turns into this weird anti-hero, which was fantastic. And also, overall he did great for Peter Parker. He got him a doctorate. He got him his own company. So when Peter Parker took his body back over, he's like, shit.
Well, yeah, because Peter Parker doesn't know what he's doing because he's.
Well, it's
Peter
just
Parker.
like Doc Ock made everything so
streamlined,
efficient.
Well, because he's an adult.
At this point, Peter was in college.
But are you an adult in college?
No.
You know,
but Doc Ock is also one of the smartest people in the Marvel universe.
And so, if you have that many years of experience, I think Peter and Doc were probably the same amount of intelligence-wise, but he's also had so many more years than Peter's had.
Yeah.
You know, like that's one of the.
Plus, he's more of a planner than Peter is.
Well, aren't we all? You know, compared to our younger selves.
No,
you become less impulsive as you get older.
Right.
I've always.
That's just how Doc Ock has always been.
That's one of like the fantasy things that I have always in my head is like, don't you always like look at like, if I can go back in time, just fill in for me as a kid with all the information I know now, where would you choose?
My dad says that if he knew what he knew now, he wouldn't have had to be circumcised.
Huh.
I'm glad he did. But then again, I don't know if I would wouldn't. If I was, I don't know. He just said like he thought it was a health benefit to have it cut and blah blah blah, all this different stuff. But now he's older and he realizes that doesn't matter.
It's an aesthetic thing.
Yeah.
Which thank you, Dad, for cutting my pee because.
But also we say that because we've lived with a circumcision.
But also like you don't have to deal with schmegma.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you clean yourself,
dude, we're gonna get so many dislikes on this one.
Oh yeah, we can't talk about circumcision. Fuck. Those Europeans.
Damn you, Europe. First World War II, now this.
No, I think best comic book villain, Ozymandias.
He's good.
Yeah, I like him a lot
because
he's my favorite part of. He's my favorite part of. Well, that's the thing.
Well, he's Lex Luthor. You ass.
Yes.
Ozymandias is Lex Luthor.
Oh my God.
Same character.
But
Lex Luthor is kind of
Dr. Manhattan is.
But I really like this guy who's super rich.
But Dr. Manhattan is so much more of a compelling character than Superman.
It doesn't matter.
So
we're talking about the villain.
Because he actually has proper motivations for somebody of that same amount of power.
If you literally switch the two characters of Lex Luthor and Ozymandias in those two roles, you would like Lex Luthor more then.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the character. It has to do with their...
No, because Lex Luthor was never a superhero before. That adds to the complexity of Ozzy.
That's a cool... Yeah. All right, cool. But is that the only reason why you like Ozymandias? Because he used to be a hero?
No.
Well, then there you go. Why do you like Lex? Why is Lex lame?
Because he's just a rich dude. It's like...
Oh, my God.
So's Batman.
I know. But Batman does it right.
Welcome to our podcast, Arguing with Justin.
Arguing with Justin. I have a point. Justin, I disagree with your point. Why? I don't know.
Just because.
Reasons?
No, because you guys just refuse to listen to my reasons.
No, we do, but
we listen to your reasons. Your reasons are just dumb.
Yeah. They just don't make any sense.
You got dumb reasons. I love it when you have good reasons. Good reasons are amazing. Bring on some good reasons, Justin.
You just don't like Superman, but we're not talking about Superman or the heroes. We're talking about the villains.
Lex Luthor. He has I get that he doesn't like Superman because he's an alien and all powerful and all that shit, but he's power hungry himself. I don't know. He just seems like...
Well, yeah, but he doesn't like Superman because he could destroy the entire world in an instant if he wanted to. Same exact thing as Ozzy.
But at the same time, he's also a terrorist, and so is Ozzy, but Ozzy used to be the hero, and he's doing it for what he feels is the greater good.
Lex Luthor
is
president.
Just...
Yeah.
Does he do a good job as president?
I believe so.
Yeah,
actually.
And
also,
not
he is doing it for the greater good. He doesn't. That's the thing is he full on believes that Superman could turn on us and is evil,
Mm-hmm.
or could be if he wanted to, whatever. He's doing it because he believes it's right. He's trying to.
You're
save
purely
everybody
talking
else.
about comic
Lex
book
Luthor.
Lex Luthor, and not
As
how
opposed
he's
to
been
what?
how he's been portrayed in the movies.
Because why are we ever going to care about the DC movies?
Yeah.
None of them portray the characters in a good light.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
but other than Dark Knight, but even I don't like any of the characters in Justice League except for Wonder Woman. I don't like any of the characters. Well, I'm sorry, Batman vs Superman. I don't like any of the characters in Batman vs Superman except for Wonder Woman. Like, Lex was interesting, but it wasn't the same Lex that has been around forever. It's a completely different Lex. Everybody says it's a younger version. That's fine. Who cares? It's not the same one.
Also, didn't that Lex Luthor not do anything like too bad until Superman showed up?
Yeah.
Isn't his whole motivation just around Superman?
Yeah, because he doesn't trust him.
Because he doesn't trust him. He was not a villain until Superman showed up and started doing shit.
Yeah.
And he's only a villain because Superman is viewed as the hero.
Which
is viewed as the Messiah.
Because he
Who the
could
fuck is this
very
guy?
easily destroy the entire world if he wanted to. And he's just scared for everybody.
Yeah.
That's why I like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
I don't like Superman. I think he's boring.
I'm just really into bald villains, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I'm really into Kingpin.
Brainiac.
Brainiac's just
The
an
Kingpin in the
unstoppable
Daredevil
machine.
show?
Mr. Freeze.
Dude,
Oh.
Batman animated series, Mr. Freeze was probably
I
my
know.
favorite character.
Guys,
Mr. Freeze is a great villain.
Yeah.
Cottonmouth and the Luke Cage show. I loved him. I didn't love him.
I don't like how I loved him, but I hated the treatment of him.
I
By-
loved
by
him
the
I liked
show.
him.
until the 7th.
I liked him. I
episode.
preferred
You're crazy.
Kingpin. But let's be
Um,
real here. The Purple Man is definitely the best in all of them. I loved him. I thought he was so. Also, I love that superpower. So
Yeah. Well,
Kilgrave,
the thing I
not
loved
Purple
about the thing I loved about Cottonmouth.
I thought he
As
he went by like the Man in Purple.
That's how they referred to him until they knew his name, which is Kilgrave.
You know what I'm talking about. Purple Man.
The thing. What do you? Why you do that? Why would you do that?
I just fuck everything.
Yeah.
Up.
The thing I loved about Cottonmouth is that person exists in the world. You know he does.
Mhm.
That's a real life person. Like, there's somebody out there that is him. It's very hard to believe that there's a Kingpin out there. There might be, but it's like there's actually multiple Cottonmouths
That's
out
fair.
there.
Yeah.
And
That's-
then you
that's
see
cool,
episode
yeah.
7 and you see his childhood, and that just pulled it all together for me. I was
mean,
like, he's my favorite.
I really like the Kingpin's childhood too, though.
Yeah.
Where
So
he
the
was just-
Netflix original series has the best villains.
Well, no, it's because they have enough time to deal with their villains. They have enough time
Not the
to
Iron Fist
expand their.
villain. Didn't really care
I
about
mean, yeah,
that.
that's accurate.
I didn't really care about that
The-
one, though. I was so disappointed.
Would.
the Hand.
Would. No, like
God
in my
damn it,
opinion,
Dad.
the villain in the Iron Fist it was, it was that whole little posse.
Dad.
Yeah, it was Ward and what's his name again?
Ward.
The guy from 300. I forgot his name.
Ward.
Yeah, that guy. That's
Ward.
the villains that we actually follow, and then we are actually like, okay, this is what's happening. There's other players in there, but
What
like
is that scratching?
probably Cat.
He's probably like hiding behind the curtain.
Mm.
Ah, yeah.
Do not
accurate.
pay attention to the cat behind the curtain, or the pussy behind the curtain.
Why'd you give it that accent?
I don't
The
know.
Wizard of Oz didn't have that accent.
I don't.
Was he Fraulein?
know.
From Luca.
Frau Blucher.
What other villains do I really enjoy?
Frankenstein.
I don't really have any. There's no Booster Gold villains, which makes me really sad. There's like the 100, which are like time traveling people who just fuck everything up. in
Black
order to get-
Flash.
What?
Black Flash would technically be a villain of Booster.
Black Flash?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it just deals with time traveling nonsense.
Hunter Zolomon. Black
Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah, I guess. But he's more of a Flash villain, you know? There's no like, this is a Booster Gold villain.
Time Wraiths.
I guess. Nah. It kind of defeats the mythos of Booster Gold, where he's just kind of getting thrown into situations that he has no business being
I
in.
need more coffee.
Me too.
Do ya? I need more food in my belly. What other what not supervillain do you really enjoy?
What?
Like not a comic book villain, not like a just a villain in like a TV show or an anime or like do you like Father? Is Father a compelling villain?
That's technically
That's
a
an
comic
anime.
book.
I mean, technically, yeah.
It's
But
alright.
how did you consume the content?
Yeah.
Not a superhero villain. No
Right,
superhero villains, like just villains.
You wouldn't classify the Elric brothers as superheroes?
I know I would not classify them as superheroes because
It's just normal world.
yeah.
Cell.
Cell? You like Cell over Frieza? Really?
Ty.
Really? That's interesting.
Um,
I want to know. I want to talk about this really quick. I much prefer Frieza. I thought Frieza was way more interesting as a villain. That's just me though.
I don't remember.
I mean, Cell was a cool idea.
Cell was kind of more relatable than Frieza. Frieza's just kind of a dick to just be a dick.
He's a conqueror. He's Napoleon. He's Hitler. He's Napola Hitler. You know, he just wants to rule everything, and he's a spoiled little brat. In Dragon Ball Super 2, he comes back, and like
spoilers.
Oh, dude, it's so cool. Like, apparently he was just like, oh, okay, I'll just have to train a little bit. How long was I out? Oh, a couple years? Okay, I'll just go ahead and match their power level from the time that, from like 6 months. He trained for 6 months and got to the power level that they were at after years of training. It's so cool. I love it.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is another superhero, but
Oh, go ahead.
the villain in Legion.
Oh, that's an interesting villain.
Good one, huh?
Yeah. I like
Aubrey Plaza.
Okay. So what do villains have to do for you?
Honestly, I don't.
They have to be right.
They
Yeah?
have to believe that they're right
Mm-hmm.
and make me believe it too, even for a split second.
They have to be the heroes in their own story kind of thing? Yeah.
That's one of the things that they have to do. They have to have a personality. They can't just be, I'm evil for evil's sake, because that's just boring.
So Anakin Skywalker and the Revenge of the Sith.
Basically.
My point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Yep.
That's how you do it wrong.
Well, from his point of view, the Jedi were evil. Just saying.
But I never agreed with him.
That's true. I don't know, man. Mace Windu was doing some sketchy shit. Some sketchy shit was with Mace Windu.
He was just trying to arrest the Emperor. He wasn't trying to kill him.
No, he was trying to kill him. The Emperor was like all like gross, and he's like he literally says he's too dangerous to be kept alive. And he had the lightsaber pointed at him.
Good point.
I like
Kill the
Mace.
Emperor. Fuck
He
it.
should have.
Yeah.
It would have changed. It would have altered the entire course of the story.
It would have completely changed the Jedi
Yeah.
too, in the eyes of everybody.
Yeah.
If a Jedi
End of episode 9, calling it now. Time black hole where they go and fix the prequels.
I hope that they don't do that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That would be amazing.
Time travel
Because
should
that
not
would
be
just
a Star Wars
ruin
movie.
the 9th movie as well. Like the fucking 8th movie got ruined.
Oh, you mean the best Star Wars movie since?
I hate you so much.
Since
Kylo Ren, good villain.
yeah,
Great
very
villain.
compelling villain, interesting villain.
Yeah, he's interesting. I don't like that he's our big bad guy in the universe now.
I love it. I
don't.
love it.
I really okay. You know what would save the 9th movie for me is if they skipped forward multiple years, and they didn't just pick up right where they left off. If they skipped forward some years,
Mhm.
and
Have him
and already
self-establish
made
himself
him
a little
like
bit.
understand, because I honestly think he can become one of the most powerful Sith because his
Well,
emotions control him so much.
He's not. He's no longer a Sith. His whole
Right,
point of killing
but-
Snoke was to eliminate
Yeah,
the Sith
but
and the Jedi.
let me. But he's still arguably like the dark side. He's still the dark side, even if it's slightly leaning towards.
Hang on one second. Hello? No. Sorry.
But
Go ahead.
anyway, he's still dark side, and I think, and he's not going to change away from that because of the fact that hate controls him so much, hate and anger. So I feel like because
Darth
of,
Vader had to redeem.
yeah, but at the same time, let me finish. I feel like he could become super powerful because of how much it controls him, and if they skip forward a few years and he wasn't still like this tantrum throwing little kid, and he actually like started to harness it, I think it could be a huge force. And they were both kind of like towards the gray a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If they changed it that way, that would redeem Last Jedi for me, honestly. But if they made it like a lot more,
You know what would redeem Last Jedi for me? It's a very simple fix.
Oh my God.
They reshoot one scene. Instead of Finn going off with Rose, They go to the brig. Rose takes him to the brig, and then that one dude has a plan on how to fix everything, and then they go to the ship from there. They skip the entire gambling planet because that's irrelevant. He's already been captured by the rebellion because the rebellion has already been searching for him. And they go there, they do their thing, then Rose saves him, and then instead of that line, because I love you, and gives him a kiss, she says, because you are more important to the resistance than I am. Dead. Kill her off. And then, boom.
You know what else would have fixed that movie? If fucking purple-haired bitch just said her... Like, she had no reason not to say what her plan was.
Hashtag should have been
Absolutely no reason not to share it with them. And yet all this, like, a huge portion of the movie is just done for no fucking reason because she was like, I'm going to keep this quiet for no reason whatsoever.
Well, she was also about to commit suicide, so...
Right. But why wouldn't you...
I think I might give her a pass if she's about to commit suicide.
Because she also
wouldn't.
condemned
Yeah.
the other ships to death. All the other captains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and weakened the rebellion.
Yeah.
Because of
but
it.
like... Anyway.
But I think it was like a last ditch. It was like the final solution.
Yeah.
This isn't the Last Jedi talk
Feels
because
dirty.
I don't... Because all we're going to do is talk about how much we didn't like it. Nobody's going to give way on anything, so there's no point in talking about this.
I mean, I can talk about how much I loved
I
it
don't
because
want to.
it's
That's not the
because
nerd's
it
topic.
actually makes the
Other compelling villains. Let's see.
it made the villain more compelling to me. That just made it.
I felt like
Is Darth Vader?
oh, Trinity.
Do you think
The Trinity killer.
Yes,
Dexter.
and Dexter. Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very
I
good.
like him a lot.
I like when he says the C word. Made me laugh. John Lithgow?
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, cunt. Made me giggle because I was just looking at goofy John Lithgow saying the C word.
Magneto.
Oh, he's pretty neat.
I love him.
He's probably. Oh, yeah.
Because
No,
I
that's
can,
probably
I
my
can
favorite.
Side
That's
with
my
him.
probably
He's
my
an
favorite comic
anti-hero.
villain.
Well, yeah. Well, because one, he goes back and forth all the time.
Mhm.
But two, I love him because it makes perfect sense as to why he's like that, and also I can completely 100% see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
He's the
100%.
perfect balance to Professor X.
Yeah.
That pairing is probably my favorite pairing in all.
I love it. Yeah, he would have to win over for me.
I know this is generic, but how do you guys feel about the Joker?
I like him.
I like him.
Especially in
I
Death
think-
of the Family.
I think
Killing
people kind of overdo it with him a little bit
Yeah.
too often. I think he has been blessed with the fact that he's been used
Hashtag
so many
blessed.
times.
Hashtag
Yeah,
blessed.
so he's
Sorry.
sorry.
It was weird. Like you were really quiet for some reason.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
I think
Hashtag blessed.
why do you have to leave? Why do you have to leave me? Leave me here with him.
Yes.
Gotta work, boy.
Alone.
I'll be
He's only
gone
for like a week.
no, a little bit longer.
Week and a half, 2 weeks.
And then I'm also leaving at the end of March as well.
For 3 weeks.
And then in April, I think I'm leaving again.
For
I don't know how long in April, but I'm leaving for like a week at the end, a week and a half in the beginning.
so you're gonna be vlogging, right?
Maybe
Why? Why not? Why wouldn't you?
because I don't know. We'll see.
Come on,
I'll be in Dublin.
I wanna
at the
step-
end of March.
dude. BA. That's badass.
Yeah, no.
That's shorthand for badass.
Is
Yeah.
that what BA stands for?
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
yes.
fuck it.
Mm.
Maybe I will vlog.
Do
You
it.
should vlog.
Do it.
We'll see.
Do it.
We'll see.
Is
my brother will be
Vader would Vader be up there for you guys? I think Vader would be up there for me. I think Vader just because he's just a
Well,
fucking
I like
menace,
him
but
because
then he has redemption story.
because he is just an absolute force of evil.
pun intended.
That changes.
Mhm.
Completely unintentional.
And he's just really. I like how cold he is, and I like
Yeah.
how he just fucking does. That's why I kind of like Brainiac too, because it's just, how do I figure this out? Okay, all right, now this is what I have to do. I'm unstoppable. Same thing with Terminator. I think Terminator is one of the most compelling villains. Well, the T-1000 definitely, because
I figured.
that thing is just fucking. That thing doesn't stop.
Fucking.
Ugh, like that. That's what makes a good villain.
and
For
it's
me.
got a big old dick.
Yeah, especially for like horror villains, especially that are just fucking unstoppable, and they just fucking.
Can we talk about horror movie villains?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down
Like-
with that.
What's your favorite horror movie villain?
I'd have to think about it.
The Collector for me.
I really like Scream a lot.
Really?
I really like Scream, and I liked how the twist was.
It's actually
is that-
Todd's favorite movie.
It does not surprise me at all.
Yeah.
It's so meta. but I really liked how the villain wasn't like this unstoppable force. It literally was two punk kids who just kind of went a little crazy.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. It's
Yeah.
scary. That's I think that's more scary than just like this made up unstoppable
Oh, yeah.
force, you know?
Agreed. 100%.
You know, that's more real. It's like
That's what I liked about the collector, because that guy was just fucking psychotic, like unbelievably psychotic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter is by far one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I hate him so much that I love him.
He's charming, but at the same time just
You're
repulsive.
just like, you want to like him, but then you just hear and it's just like.
You
makes
watched
you wanna
Hannibal.
puke.
How was he in Hannibal?
Hannibal, he was good. I watched it.
Mads
I watched a
Mikkelsen?
little bit of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like him.
I'll never forget the scene when like she's walking into the kitchen and you just see Hannibal cooking, and there's a guy sitting there all drugged up, and then the camera pans around and you just see him picking out the guy's brain, frying it, and feeding it to him. It's just
All the cooking scenes.
yeah.
All the like, there's so many in that show, and they're just like so unnerving, and they're just like,
Yep. It's fantastic. I love Hannibal.
I'm always afraid
I
of
love
people
to
serving
hate
me
him.
food now.
Voldemort?
Eh,
Yeah.
honestly,
I think he fit the
he
the
fits the
role.
world, but as a villain,
I
don't
think
know.
he fits the role of what that story needed.
Yeah.
Grindelwald will be better.
yeah,
Really?
I agree.
Yep.
'Cause
Dumbledore's former lover.
Because
I mean,
why is Voldemort killing everybody?
because he wants to purify. He wants a pure.
He doesn't want to kill everybody. He just wants to kill all the mudbloods.
Yeah, he wants a pure world. He's
Yeah.
Hitler.
Yes.
Kind of
Like
boring.
that's. I mean. Yes, but it's it's something that we can all agree is clearly bad.
I don't like
and-
villains that can't die, like ones that just stay alive for super long. It's like he,
But magic.
yeah. I don't. Everybody else dies super easy. Like, I don't like how much he's brought back to life and all these different things and blah blah blah.
It's the insurmountable odds.
Yeah, I don't
kinda
like
thing.
that. I like, we can win. Like it's he really is not any easier to kill than us, but we can't. That's what I like about, my villains.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So
Let's see. And there's
you
another.
trying to think?
There's another subset of genre that we have not touched on, and I feel like it is necessary to touch on, even though this topic will go extremely long.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
fine.
That's
We're already
fine.
at 45 minutes.
Whatever. It's our nerds topic.
Yeah.
We're
Video
all
games.
Ooh.
Video game villains. I was gonna say Far Cry. I was
Far
also,
Cry 3.
Huh?
Far
Yeah.
Cry 3.
Also, I really like the villain in Destiny. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, Gaul was a pretty good villain.
Gaul was an
was
intriguing
okay.
villain.
Yeah, he was. He was,
He was
better than I was expecting.
anybody from.
Yeah.
I think the.
Well, the main thing was,
Lore wise, no.
I honestly,
Lore wise,
yeah, but
Axis
nobody
from the first
really reads.
from Rise of Iron DLC was really.
I'm sorry,
cool.
I don't go on Bungie.net
neither.
and read.
I know, that's
all
the-
that.
that's the
shitty.
There's lots of great villains in Destiny, but you have to do your research or just watch My Name Is Bife.
BioShock Infinite.
Ooh.
Great villain.
Zachary.
Ooh, I think just regular
Compton.
BioShock. I think is.
Compton.
I think regular BioShock has a really compelling.
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Started with an F. Fontaine.
Fontaine. Yeah.
Fontaine.
Yeah. That was a.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
a
he
cool.
was
villain.
amazing.
BioShock's just amazing in
And
every way.
BioShock is
of
probably.
everything.
I haven't played BioShock 2 though.
Yeah.
I hear it's weaker.
It's
compared to
not amazing.
Infinite and.
I
I want a
BioShock
new
2 is amazing.
BioShock game. I want a new BioShock.
Well, we
game.
just.
Because We
Yeah.
Happy Few does not
Yeah.
count.
Huh?
We Happy Few. It's the
No.
when BioShock that studio went away. They made We Happy Few.
I don't.
I think my favorite video game villain probably Dr. Eggman. I think he's got some compelling.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
What?
I feel like Uncharted
Mm.
has
played-
Uncharted 4
Oh, I haven't played that one yet.
has
I haven't
had
played
a
any
pretty.
Uncharted.
You haven't played any of the Uncharted's?
Actually, my dad has it. I could just borrow.
You're
it from
missing
him.
out, dude.
I would highly recommend them.
Yeah, they're good.
I mean, even if you just play Uncharted 4.
I know you gotta play. You gotta play 2 and 3.
Neo Cortex.
2 and 3 are
Crash
so
Bandicoot
good.
villain.
2 and 3 are so.
I actually liked
good.
1
Only
over
you
2.
guys heard that.
2
like
is
one
probably
over
my,
two?
my least favorite.
3 is
You
amazing.
guys. You heard it, and
What?
nobody else will
What?
hear it. Don't worry about it.
What?
It's
No,
just
please.
something that me and the audience have together.
No,
Mhm.
please, Rusty, inform us. 'Cause us. Because you said it while we were talking, so it's only your fucking fault. So you
I-
can't get all salty.
Smiling Jack.
Yes.
Oh, Handsome Jack.
Yeah,
Handsome Jack. Sorry, Smiling Jack.
That's why it took me a second.
Sorry.
And I was like, oh, I know what you're talking
Sorry, I get
about.
forgetful.
Handsome Jack is fantastic.
Handsome Jack's amazing.
I love.
Well, he was so
him.
lovable that they made his own spin-off game.
Yeah.
No, he's
Well-
that and I feel like, but I feel like
Kinda.
that's
Kinda.
good. That's good because if your character is strong enough and likable enough, even being the villain, to create your own story around them.
Split. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut. Did you see it?
yeah, it was interesting.
And also Unbreakable villain.
I preferred Unbreakable villain way more.
I haven't seen either of them.
They
haven't
are
seen
both
Unbreakable?
fantastic. We were talking about this. Split is on something. I would not mind rewatching.
I think it's HBO.
James McAvoy.
I think it's on
Yeah,
HBO.
it's on
yeah.
HBO.
It's not TV.
It really like.
It's HBO.
I always knew he was a good actor, but Split really pushed it over the edge for me. He is fantastic.
I mean, it looked compelling.
it was better than I expected it to be. Let me put it that way.
Zuko at the beginning
Zuko.
of
Just Zuko in general.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh my god, I
Great
love
order.
him.
Azula wasn't bad either though.
No,
I
not
really
at all.
liked Azula.
And especially like towards the end when you really start seeing her
Mhm.
to lose
like
it.
unwind. Ooh,
Just everything about Avatar: The Last Airbender just
speaks to you.
and then but going back to video games, Last of Us.
I never played it.
I never
think
played it.
was
I
for
really,
free
really
recently?
needed to play it.
I think it was for free, right? At some
No.
point?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I
it was
never
cheap,
played it.
though.
Oh my God.
Well, I never had a
That's really
PS4
good.
until like 2 years ago.
That's true.
You've
We-
had plenty of time,
Fuck you.
and it's probably like 20.
It's one of the best
It's
games.
probably like $20 now.
Yeah, it's
Have
probably
you,
one of the best
have
games.
you,
No,
seen,
I
have you
plan on
played
playing
have you
it,
played the opening, or have you seen the opening?
Yeah, of course.
Fuck. Because I love watching people's reaction to that opening.
I love watching people's reaction to the finale of BioShock Infinite.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah,
I-
I'm just trying to.
But
Honestly, the villain. I don't know. There's a lot of video game villains that I'm just like. It was a great video game, but then the villain, I was like, oh,
I was
that
trying to think about Horizon Zero Dawn.
boring.
Not a big
Exactly.
fan of the villain,
Exactly.
but the game itself was.
Did you like the Mass Effect villains?
Mass Effect villains?
Yeah.
The Reapers?
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
they just
Exactly.
Halo never really had compelling villains.
Yeah. Nah. With some old dudes in a chair.
Actually,
Fuck
no,
that
I
shit.
lied. I lied. Halo 2.
it's all about the journey
Yeah.
and video games.
Does Journey have a compelling villain?
That's one of the reasons I think BioShock was fantastic was
Mhm.
because the journey was fantastic, the story was fantastic, the world was fantastic,
And
and
that-
the villain was fantastic.
that twist, though.
That twist,
Mhm.
yeah,
The
blew my
M. Night
fucking-
And it was
Shyamalan
actually,
twist.
and it's actually really smart. It's super
It's so
smart
well
too.
done. I'm sorry, I'm
And I love it
getting
when
super
I
hard
love
right
it when
now.
people rail against Ayn Rand. So
I'm trying
I'm all
to think of more
about it.
video game villains. I know there's more out there. There has to be.
Ganon.
I never played too
Mm.
much Zelda
Not compelling.
at all,
Yeah.
actually.
He's evil. Bowser.
King
he,
Dedede.
he wants to fuck Peach,
King Dedede.
which who doesn't? King Dedede. Really? Meta Knight's way
Meta
more
Knight.
interesting than King Dedede.
Well, he works with him sometimes, so
Yeah.
he's not always.
He's just a
villain.
rogue. Vegeta. Would Vegeta count?
No.
Damn it.
I
I mean, he was a villain at the beginning.
Well,
Technically.
Um,
Who else is good?
video game. I'm trying to focus video game. We should move on because
We
been
should
almost
move
an
on.
hour.
It's
No.
time.
I
No,
just
no.
can we get like one more video game because I know there has to be more out there.
leave your comments down below for any of that we missed.
Yeah, please do that for any we missed. But also, I really want one because I know there has to be another one somewhere.
Yo, grab that dick. So we're ready.
You can get started. I'm trying to figure something.
No,
I'm
no.
trying to think.
I'm thinking.
Well, then I'll get started.
I'm
And
thinking.
I'll just talk to the camera
I'm
directly.
thinking.
Hey,
We need the
camera, what's going
pervs.
on?
Well, we gotta talk. So
No.
Well,
We
I
got-
mean,
wait,
what,
wait,
do you
wait,
want me to
can
do?
we have a solid pregnant pause?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
All right. Grab that dick.
I'm grabbing. I have hair in my mouth.
Hot. Is it dick hair?
Nope.
I had a hunger burp, and that was not. It was not
Oh.
okay.
pervs, dating apps.
Dating apps.
Okay. I'm gonna be on Tinder for the duration of this.
God damn it. Well, there he goes.
Yeah.
It's relevant.
Yeah, we can cut this one pretty short.
Yeah.
Fit 'em
So, how many dating apps have you tried?
I have tried
Which ones specifically have you tried?
I've tried OkCupid, I've tried Bumble, and I've tried Tinder.
I was not a fan of OkCupid.
I think it's interesting. I actually have better luck with that because it's more personality based, and you kind of like match with people and get certain percentages. It's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my whole thing with the personality based thing. It kind of is it's very binary, and I'm not a big fan of it. And I don't really.
Well,
the questions they ask, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about these.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, a lot of them
like
aren't, but it gives you a step to go on.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess it's just
It's like
I've literally marked.
it's like an overview.
I've literally marked. I don't care about this. For most of the ones when I did that little stupid quiz thing.
But I think the whole point of it is it's like it's more than just a bio. Like a little, follow me on Instagram and a picture.
Well, those bios suck.
Well, right. But like how much can you really put into a bio versus this, which you can go through each question individually if you wanted and see what did they answer on this, this. How important is money? Like how important is religion? Like all that stuff. That stuff's not in a bio. So it gives you a little bit of like the original questions that you would ask on a date.
But if
right there.
I know, but that's exactly the thing is if you're getting all these questions answered prematurely before you even meet this person, I feel like you're just kind of what are you talking about?
The whole
point of dating, in my opinion,
you could just go deeper into it.
Is to get to know different people.
I don't want to waste my time, man.
Become another casualty of society.
Yeah,
that's fair. I don't know. I like meeting people. I like talking to people. I like discovering more. Well, there's the difference. There's the difference.
That's the thing about all these dating apps is that you don't have to. It increases the fear of rejection in IRL.
Yeah.
That is true. That is accurate.
Because if it's faceless, if you can just be like, I'm just gonna, it's over the phone. There's no cause and effect. There's no risk reward kind of thing, and it damages both sides, right?
Yeah.
There's this really interesting video on YouTube. It's called "Why Tinder is Killing Love," and it's from Wisecracked, and it's amazing. It's really, really smart. I haven't seen it in a minute, so I don't want to quote anything from it, but it's a good watch. You guys should check it out.
Cool.
But it does talk about that, how like
I think I'm quoting from that.
Oh, are you?
I believe so.
Really?
I think I saw that.
Huh.
I think we watched it at work together. Maybe.
Oh, we might have. Yeah, that could definitely be. Yeah.
I feel like we were closing one night and it was just.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, watch this.
Yeah. Something like that.
Because we were Tindering.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tinder might be my favorite. I think Tinder is where have had the most success.
I've had no success on any of them.
The
only one that I actually get matches with is Tinder. Matches come very few and far between, and then I've tried Bumble, no matches, and Coffee Meets Bagel, and no matches.
I don't even know Coffee Meets Bagel.
You haven't
What's
gotten any matches on Bumble?
No.
Really?
I've never gotten a single match on Bumble.
Huh.
I never get matches on Tinder. Bumble, I've gotten a couple. OkCupid, I actually have conversations with the matches. So there's that. Bless you, sir.
I like Bumble a lot, actually. I think the concept's really, really cool. I think it's just
all the people that I've been with, like, I guess my style is like super
mousy,
patient. Where I'm always friends with the people that I'm with before I do anything.
It's safer.
It's safer, but also like
it's very confining.
It's a little bit more fulfilling.
It's very confining though. It makes it so you can only really date in this.
Well, I'm not really interested in like hooking up, and if I'm already friends with them first, then I know we have similar interests.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like you kind of you don't venture outside the social circle that you have.
Not necessarily. Is that bad?
I mean, not necessarily. It's just I'm just saying.
Vegas is the smallest town in the world. What do you always say? It's like, you say it. You're 2 people away from knowing everybody in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is true, but how many of those people do you meet? It's just the fact that you know a lot of people in Vegas, you know? It's
not hard to be friends first.
Well, for sure. No, and I'm not saying that, but usually you become friends because you're trying to pursue something else. Is what I've experienced. Is like I'm going to start talking to this person, start being friendly with this person to get to know them, to see if I want to actually start something. But they are very nice to look at, and I like to put my penis in their vagina. Is usually my thought process.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's an attractive girl, I usually have that same process.
Yeah.
But I am too much of a pussy to go out and flat out say that immediately.
Well,
or like express interest immediately.
Well, and you know.
And
therein lies the problem.
Right. Well, which is why
which-
Tinder is really bad for me, because I can do that without fear of rejection, which is the driving force. That's why.
I can see that. Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
What?
Are you a cholo?
I don't know either.
Amy.
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 I also.
Thank you.
Coffee and bagel. What's all that about?
Coffee meets bagel.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Um.
You
I've
were on
heard-
J
I've
Swipe.
heard
What are you
it a
talking
couple-
Oh,
about?
that's right. I was on J Swipe.
I was also on J Swipe.
I was on farmersonly.com.
J Swipe is just not.
You don't have to be lonely
At
farmersonly.com.
Coffee meets bagel. What's that all about?
Basically, it's a point system. It's a very
Points?
You're coffee, and girls are bagels.
Or are we the bagels because we're going in the coffee?
So what's
No,
the
we're the
deal?
coffee.
Point
We're the
system?
coffee.
I don't know. Coffee meets bagel is.
It's a dating app where it's basically you need to be active on it in order to get points, and they give you a bunch of free like swipes, but they only give you like I think what? How many? Like 7, 8, 9? Around
Yeah,
there?
so like you have to spend like coffee beans
yeah.
to swipe
Mm-hmm.
on girls, but then they give you like a set amount of matches that you can look at all together,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can say no, no, yes, yes, no, no.
It's so you're not
Or
just,
actually, so no, sorry. So the matches that you get,
The
algorithm, when the algorithm sets you up with these girls, like through the algorithm itself, it does not cost any beans to swipe. But by
you actually get beans.
Yeah, but by participating, by saying yes or no, you do get extra points, and then you can go to the Explore tab and look at everybody else's profiles,
Mm-hmm.
and then if there's somebody that you want to take from the Explore that has not been
Put in the algorithm.
put
so
in
that
the
you can
algorithm
swipe
for
on.
you, then you can pay to swipe that, and then if you select that specific option, then it's kind of like super liking.
what's the how's the algorithm made?
I don't know. I have no idea.
What's the
There's
deal?
I believe there's a questionnaire.
There is a question.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't confirm.
Oh, huh. That's interesting. It's like a video game dating.
It's I think it's designed so you either you spend a lot of money or you're not swiping the entire time, so you do focus in on like the girls that have set up for
Then
you,
I'm not
and you
gonna
have to
match
go
with
like,
anybody because why would they waste a bean on me?
oh,
They don't waste if you get put into the algorithm.
Right, but I
Yeah.
won't be put in anybody's algorithm. Or if I am, they'll just swipe left so that way they can save their bean on somebody else.
well, no,
They're not
you're
spending
you're
any
not
beans.
spending any beans when
Oh.
you're swiping on the algorithm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
When you put into the algorithm,
So how are you put into the algorithm?
it's
it's based off of the questionnaire. It's based
Yeah.
off of your interests and likes and
and
preferences.
you get a new one every day
yeah.
too. So
You
you,
get
get a new
like
set of like.
I think you get 4 every day.
Do you guys try that one a lot?
I tried it for a
did.
little bit.
Yeah,
I wasn't into it.
It just isn't as it just takes a little bit longer. I think it's more for on the go or more for people who have money.
Yeah, and I like the idea of Bumble way more than
Yeah.
Tinder. It's just I don't get matches.
Yeah.
You should give it a chance. It takes some time to get in the groove. I went on a date or two with a girl from Bumble. It was nice. It was all right.
I was talking with the girl from Bumble,
Yeah.
and then she just stopped out of nowhere for no reason. Like we were like, oh, she's like, oh yeah, let's meet up. I was like, all right, cool. Tried to make plans, never got a response.
Tinder, I think, is the most
Why do
successful
girls do
just
that?
because
I don't understand.
there's more people on it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
Yeah.
just where you can find
you
the
gotta go where the
majority.
people are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Which I thought Bumble was going to be overtaking soon because Bumble was just less creepy Tinder, especially because Tinder
Classier Tinder.
got fucking overwhelmed with all these spam accounts and shit.
Yeah,
mean, it
I haven't
still
seen
is.
too many recently.
It's gotten
But
better.
also I rarely
it's certainly
go on,
gotten
so-
better. It's been a lot worse.
I-
Like
I also rarely
Couple
ever
months
use
ago.
these things because one, it feels like a waste of time because nothing ever happens. Like I never even match, never have a conversation,
really
and never.
Hmm.
So
On what?
a lot
on anything.
Tinder.
You
any
never
of them.
matched on Tinder?
I have not matched in forever, but
I mean,
so
you got
I've
that
just
one-
kind of
you
like
got that
stopped
one
going
girl with,
on.
like the burnt face.
Yeah, that was when we were doing Tinder race though.
Oh yeah. Should we tell the people what Tinder racing is?
We could try it right now if you want.
Yeah, let's. I mean, it would only be between you and me.
Oh, did you? Oh, did you ruin your?
Oh no, because I have to wait because that chick is.
I have 3+ likes, so I mean, I'm down. And then if you go into your messages section, you can see how many likes there are in the app. Waiting for
In your
you.
messages?
Yeah, so click on the messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, see how? Oh, okay, so you have no likes
Yeah.
right now.
What does that mean? Nobody likes me?
No one likes you.
Yeah.
So the Tinder
Told you.
race would not be on.
Why?
No, I can.
Yeah, you can.
You want a Tinder race?
Yeah, fuck it. Why
Okay,
not?
so let's explain what Tinder race is.
Hang on, let me
You
set
should
up my
speak
Bumble.
into your mic when you do it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you could just do it with the Bumble,
Yeah, there we go.
and then you just stop when we stop.
So Tinder race, or we'll call it the dating app race.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting something up there. I don't know what they're doing.
Do it.
Anyway, so basically we just all of us swipe right
On
and
everybody.
on everybody, no matter what. First person to get a match wins.
Yes.
First burn. I thought we did the first person to get a comment.
No, that was Bumble.
Oh,
we
yeah,
had a
that's right.
completely different race for Bumble.
Well, because that makes sense.
Because Bumble, it was based
the
on a
girls
point system.
have to match.
Yeah, it was
you
based on a
first.
point system. If you got we would just go till we decided to stop. If you got a match, it was a point. If you got a message, then you automatically won.
No, it's
Or 5
you
points
get
or
5
something.
points and you
I think automatically won.
and the game is over.
Yeah.
It's like catching the snitch,
Gotcha.
where if you only get one match, but then that match says something to you,
But the other person got 4 matches.
or the other person gets 7 matches theoretically,
They would still win.
they would still win.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
All right, ready? But we're just doing to first match.
yeah,
Because
Tinder.
Rusty and I are playing on Tinder.
Ready, set, go. We can actually talk too
Yeah,
while
we
we're doing
can.
this too.
So anyway, how long have you guys been working? Have been trying dating apps?
Forever, dude.
Really?
I was
probably
back
about,
when I
like,
was still in Reno.
Probably about
Really?
a year and a half, something like that.
Yeah,
oh,
no,
well, that
I've
makes
been-
sense.
I've been Tindering for a while. You know,
Um,
I've never not known Tindering really in my adult life.
I'm getting pretty lucky.
I don't
Really?
think I
Not too many.
started. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been looking.
Oh, I'm
on
out.
low battery. You
I
got a
am
match?
out. No, I'm
Oh,
out.
you're
I
out.
ran out.
Okay. You want to go until you run out?
Yeah, I'm
Justin?
gonna. I mean, that's
How
the
did I
goal.
run out before you guys?
Like
I haven't
on
even
Tinder,
used it.
you go until you run out.
Oh, yours isn't going as fast as mine. Mine was just flying by.
Flying by?
It was just
Yeah, it happens.
Oh wait, were you actually like swiping?
no. I was clicking. Here, let me see.
It's just going slow.
Yeah, mine was going
I'm
fine.
out.
I don't think I tried it till I was like
3+ likes?
20-ish?
Bullshit.
I can't find them.
3+ people already like you. Match with them instantly if you pay money.
must be nice.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, they're just trying to get money, though.
Yeah,
And that's the
of
thing
course.
that kind of sucks. Have you ever tried, I mean, I guess this is just dating apps, but have you ever tried sliding into some DMs? I haven't either. I'm too scared. I'm too scared.
I just don't know how you can do that and not be creepy.
True. Very true.
So
I guess, like, maybe leaving a comment on something.
even that's a little creepy. Depending on what kind of, if it's a comment that will catch attention, it's probably going to be a little creepy.
I mean,
I mean, it
Define
all depends
attention.
on the person. You know?
yeah.
Like, as in
True.
to actually stand out among all the other comments,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to stand out in some way.
Mm-hmm.
What are
Very
you
true.
going to do?
Very
Like,
true.
You know?
Very, very true. I like it. I like it a lot. Do you think you could find love on Tinder?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not? You can find love anywhere.
What do you think, Justin?
What?
Think you could find a sustainable
I mean,
relationship?
everybody
with
on
someone you love
Tinder,
on Tinder?
other than the fake ones, are people.
That is true. People are
Potentially,
people.
I'm not gonna knock any of the ways that people meet. Like I'm not gonna knock it.
Here's another
never know.
question. If you did end up getting a relationship from one of these dating apps,
Mm-hmm.
would you tell people that you got it from a dating app?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. I don't understand why people have such an issue with that.
There was a Tinder girl I was hanging out with for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I met her on Tinder.
Didn't she not want to say you guys met on Tinder or something?
She just didn't want a relationship.
Yeah, she just didn't say we met.
I thought it was somebody who.
She just didn't like me very
Oh.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, whatever.
She
I was
seemed like
into
she was into you.
it. I was into it. I mean, this happens. This shit happens. I get too
Was
emotional.
that the
And then she
redhead I
invited
never
you
met?
to her birthday party.
Yeah, that was weird.
Was this the redhead I never met?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. She's a cold-hearted bitch.
Yeah.
Just my type.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Her.
Why'd you push the table?
Liked about her.
Oh, I
Easy
was
there.
stretching.
Easy there, mon frere.
That's what you
Liked
Are we done with dating apps?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, not in general, but
right. I
with
I
the
don't have anything
conversation,
else
yeah.
to add.
We did the Tinder race. There's not much we can do.
Yeah. So, next one.
body mode.
Body modifications.
Body mode.
Curves topic. What kind of body mods would you guys do?
I want a gauge in both my cheeks so people could see what I was eating.
Justin?
I don't know if I want any.
Really?
The furthest I would go would be a tattoo.
Same.
I definitely want a tattoo.
Actually, if it was available, I would become part cyborg. I would definitely like get a prosthetic arm that could do some things. Like
Really?
tools.
You would
Oh yeah,
take off your arm?
yeah. I would.
Dude, that's something, man. I couldn't. Oh,
That's
heavy,
I would
dude.
lose an arm if it meant I
you'll
could.
never.
If
Yeah,
if
but
it meant
then
I could have
you're-
like some tools and stuff in my hand, just like
You're
like a
testing-
screwdriver, always there.
EMP happens. You're armless.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean, not necessarily?
Not necessarily.
Well, how so?
Depends on how it's made.
Okay, how would it be made?
EMPs are electromagnetic pulse, so it only stops like power and stuff. Depends on how it's powered.
How would it be powered? How would you
I don't-
power
I
a
don't-
fully operational arm?
Motherfucker, I ain't a goddamn engineer. Don't ask me these questions. I don't know.
ain't a goddamn.
I would want to know how my body works, though.
Right, but it doesn't exist yet, so how could I tell you how it works? Because if I knew
Fine.
how it worked, it would obviously exist.
Fine. I don't know. I think losing a part of your body's something, man. I don't.
I'm not losing it. I'm giving it up.
Yeah.
I'll give it to somebody who wants it.
I don't know, man.
Something that I didn't
I don't
know
like that.
I would be. I was kind of like weird about it, but ever since experiencing it, not that weird at all. Nipple piercings.
Oh yeah, no, they're nice.
They're fine.
On
Yeah, next time you fell
Not
asleep at
everybody.
my house, I was planning on giving you some. Because I heard you liked them now.
Ow.
would you get a
I-
chain between the two?
Oh, of course. No, I'd get if I got my nipple pierced, I'd get on the opposite ear an earring and then put a chain there.
And have a little Sora running one way, and then have a little Riku running the other way.
No, and then I would do it the top of my ear pierced and bring it over to my eyebrow, and then from my eyebrow down to my nose.
You would look ugly.
What are you talking about?
You wouldn't look great.
I have seen some people with some crazy body modifications. Ooh. There used to be this
Please don't break my
guy
laptop. I need that.
who came into Madhouse all the time, who had given himself horns.
Mhm.
Right
those
here?
those are fucking
He
nuts,
gave
dude.
horns. He had a gauge right here in the lip.
Split
he
lip?
Had, yeah. The tongue.
Split tongue.
He had a lot of stuff. It's crazy. Like how many body mods are out there nowadays?
Yeah, no, it's nuts. Have you seen like the lizard people?
Yeah. This was basically this guy, except he had horns as well.
Did he get the eye tattoos?
I don't think he did. But yeah,
Could you
like
imagine that.
I probably wouldn't go any farther than tattoos, personally. I don't like needles, so piercing, tattoos. I understand people are gonna be like, "Oh, tattoos are given with needles."
That's
don't see the
exactly
needles.
what I was
I
gonna say.
have a problem with seeing needles, not feeling needles. What's the problem? I don't know. It's a weird phobia.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, but
I never
know it's
understood
happening.
the needles phobia. Really.
Well, that's the thing. You can't understand it. It's irrational.
Yeah.
That's phobia. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like my entire body, like people try and give me shots. My entire body shakes. I tense up. It's weird. I don't like it. But
See, whenever they're like, "We need to draw blood," I'm like, "Which arm?"
yeah, well,
yeah, I'm like, I just go good luck because I have the veins of a.
I really wanted to give blood one day, like just to give blood. I decided to give the plasma one because it takes longer, but it's a smaller needle.
True, very true.
So I did that.
My mom one time, and this is something I really want to do too, even though it sucks, even though it's terrible and it's
Bone marrow.
hard.
Bone marrow.
No, thank you.
It sucks, but do you know how valuable that would be for somebody?
How painful did your mom say it was?
It was very painful.
Yeah.
It just like she was like I've never thought my bones could just ache. Like
Well, yeah. I mean, they're drilling into your bone.
it's bad.
Does it hurt afterward?
It aches.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't feel great.
Well, because you have
afterwards.
like basically a hole in your bone.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy.
do you know?
can't imagine.
It's life changing for some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for somebody,
absolutely,
you know?
100%.
You know what they should do?
that amount of discomfort is worth it.
You know what they
for
should do
somebody
is
else, you know?
when they're putting people under for very minor surgeries, like putting people under anesthesia and stuff.
Steal their
they
bones.
No, they should just be like, hey, do you mind donating while you're underneath, so that way you don't have the pain while it's happening. You might be a little bit sore afterward, but while you're underneath, you won't feel
there's probably I think
sure
there's
they
a
probably
reason why they don't put you under
under.
anesthesia for bone marrow, probably because it might make the bone marrow unusable. Was going under anesthetic an option for your mom?
I don't know.
I don't. It might.
I mean, they might not do
I have
just
no
if
clue.
you're gonna go and do it, because then you'd have to. It's very expensive
Yeah.
to go to be
That is
anesthesiated.
the thing. Is
So I'm saying
yeah.
if you're already going under,
Might as
get,
well
get
just,
like a little coupon, a
Yeah,
little
just
discount.
be like, hey,
hey, if you donate some bone marrow, we'll take
be like,
10% off your medical bill.
That'd be smart.
I doubt they would do that.
But 10% off your medical bill is a buttload of money, especially if you're going into
potentially.
anesthesia.
Potentially, yeah.
So no, they would not. They'll do. Hey, we'll take off.
Or they would just say,
$1.
hey, do you mind?
Yeah.
Would you like to do this? It
Uh-huh.
could save people's lives.
I feel like an overlooked sci-fi movie that's actually really good is Repo Men with
Yeah.
Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker.
I was thinking of Repo Man.
Yeah. You're thinking of a different.
Or
yeah.
maybe
Completely
I'm just
different
thinking
movie.
about Repo. I don't forget.
No,
what
you're
that
thinking
movie-
of Repo Man.
Yeah,
I've
with
seen
Jude
it.
Law and Forrest Whitaker. I liked it.
I like both of those.
It was
actors.
interesting. It was cool.
Um,
Cool concept. I did not. It was just so.
So what?
I just didn't like how
It ended?
looked. It just looked weird. It looked messy to me.
Yeah. How far modified can someone be before you want to date them anymore?
Horns, eye tattoos.
That's your limit. Is horns? I'm way before horns, dude.
horns, eye tattoos, facial tattoos.
How covered
gauged
can they be
lips.
tattoo wise?
How covered?
Yeah.
I don't know because I was pleasantly surprised by the nipple piercings. So.
So obviously those are okay.
Here's the thing. I don't think I'd mind. I just would hope that the tattoos are good tattoos. Like
Okay.
they're
Very
like,
true.
They're like art.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Is if it just needs to be done well,
Yeah.
and then I'll
Yeah.
be all on board.
Huh.
I'm fine with most piercings. I'm not okay with gauges. That's just me.
Yeah,
I don't think stretching your skin like
I don't
that
like them
is-
if they're huge.
I don't like them if they're huge. If they're
If,
like
if they're tiny
Yeah, that's
ones,
what I
then
mean.
that's fine.
Smaller
I don't
ones,
care.
That's what I'm referring to.
like
when
I
I'm
can
talking
go
about
up to like
piercings.
probably like half an inch to an
Yeah,
inch.
in that Black Panther movie, some of those were getting crazy.
Well, yeah,
The gauged lip.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean that's like a traditional.
No, I
tribal-
know it
thing.
is. But also, it's like,
That's where a lot
That's
of
insane.
the
Would you-
body mods come from.
yeah,
Would you date
From a
somebody
lot
with
of
the neck ring thing?
probably
The crazy
not.
long neck.
Oh no.
Probably
Dude,
not.
I'm just saying. She can get it down.
Not if she has a gag reflex. Also, your dick is not as long as someone's neck, so it doesn't matter how long it is.
How do you know? You haven't seen my dick.
Anyway,
This has been the NPC pod.
yeah. I'm okay with most piercings. What about vagina piercings? Really?
I've never experienced one.
Neither have I.
Big
but
fan.
I don't really
Big fan.
care.
I just don't know
probably.
why you do that
Yeah,
to yourself.
I don't either.
Because,
It
like,
apparently feels amazing.
Really?
well, it depends because there's a chance that it could
Would you
fuck
guys-
up.
Would you guys
lots
ever
of
Prince
things.
Albert?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not getting my own
We are
piercings.
so boring.
Are you kidding me? I am
Um,
barely getting a tattoo. Like, no,
Really?
I don't fuck with
Oh,
that
I'm
shit.
gonna be pretty well covered in tattoos by the time I'm done.
Really?
I'm gonna have one on this leg. I'm gonna have an entire sleeve. I have some stuff planned for up here. I might put some other stuff on my leg because I
I've been
want
thinking
space.
about getting sleeves.
Yeah.
I would never get a sleeve. I would get.
Really?
I'm a
Yeah.
one tattoo per part of my body kind of guy.
Nope.
You know?
Well,
I feel like that
to me
just
the
looks
sleeve
incomplete.
to me the sleeve
I'm not.
is one tattoo.
I'm not a cathedral. I can have. I just want it. I want the things on my body. Not because. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
Well,
I want them on because I don't want like an entire sleeve. That just sounds.
Like
Well-
I'd love to get that quarter sleeve.
I don't
Yeah.
have enough things I would want to put on my body in order to make a sleeve. You know.
I do.
would make at least my quarter sleeve to be consistent or half sleeve, consistent piece. It would be one image.
Yeah, that's the same as my it's made up of multiple images, but they are all a single thing.
I've just never liked it. I think it looks too just
So
too
would
much.
you date a girl with an entire sleeve?
I mean, yeah. I don't mind that. I don't.
How far are we going on piercings? Eyebrows, ears.
I
lips?
don't.
go
tongue.
go nuts on ear piercings, tongue piercings. I've never experienced one.
Tongue piercings are hot.
We're not
really
talking
like,
about experience. We're talking about how far would you go.
That's fine.
I really like this piercing right here.
Really?
Ooh,
I
that's
don't-
hot, dude.
I'm not a big fan.
I don't know
What about-
why.
What about the bull?
The bull. I'm not
not
crazy
a fan
about
of
the
septum
bull.
piercing.
I'm not crazy on that either.
I'm nuts about the stud right here.
Yeah,
though.
those are
I
fine.
like the stud and
I'm
the
cool with
rings
those.
here.
Yeah.
But which is weird. Which is why why would the septum piercing bother me? But
It just doesn't.
I think the smaller ones are nice. But like it's when they get like all really really fancy
Yeah.
that it's just kind of.
You want to hear my theory?
I'm
I
not
think
big
it's
on it.
because it's a very masculine piercing, actually. If you really think about it, you know.
Traditional?
Bull.
No,
Yeah.
not
Traditionally?
necessarily. Depending on the culture.
No, it's just like because
It depends on the culture.
It reminds me of
Yeah.
bulls.
right.
Yeah, bulls.
Well, I'm the culture I currently live in.
True.
You know,
Eyebrows are fine.
eyebrows are cool as long as
I don't like
there's
eyebrows
just not
personally.
too many. You know, if
Yeah.
they got one, I'm cool. If they got like if their entire eyebrow is covered, I'm gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of eyebrows.
How do we feel about dermals?
Dermals,
Dermals.
Oh, dimples.
Well, also just
just anywhere, dude. The lower back ones.
hips, lower back.
I don't like the
neck.
chest. Hips are fine.
She-
No, I'm fine with
No,
it.
no dimple piercings.
So- Dermals are strange. So basically, how do they work?
I don't know.
Do they
basically there's a hole in your body and you stick a
that in
stud.
there, and then it heals around it,
Pretty
and then
much.
you can swap it out though, right?
Yeah,
It's-
you have to keep
it's-
it.
So it's screwed in?
What's
I
your,
don't know.
What's your favorite piercing on a female?
Probably knows.
Yeah,
Belly button.
belly button. Correct. That's the correct answer.
Belly button.
Those are awesome.
Belly
Yeah.
button. I mean, yeah, they're fine.
They're hot. I'm
Yeah.
into it. I'm really into belly button piercings.
Yeah, I like them.
Not in a creepy way.
I like weenus piercings. Those are pretty nice.
Why?
That just seems
Elbow
so
bedazzling.
I like it when they have pierced shoulders. Those are
Oh yeah.
those are pretty nice.
Yeah.
Have you seen the lace up piercings?
Those are
What?
hardcore.
Wait,
those
what?
I
So-
think that's my line when it comes to piercings.
So they pierce all the way up their back.
Oh,
with the
I've
rings,
seen those.
And
Yes.
then they lace it up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mhm.
Those are crazy.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah.
Those are cool. I think those
They're cool. They're very cool.
I think those are cool.
They're cool to look at, but I'm just
I couldn't date a girl who had those not because I wouldn't want to, because I'm not cool enough to date a girl who has that kind of shit. I'm like,
I wouldn't be
I
able
wouldn't
to restrict myself from grabbing those laces while doggy style,
True.
and I would be afraid of ripping them out.
Well, as we know from our good friend not John. Fuck, what's wrong with me?
A
George
lot of
Michael.
things. George Michael.
We know that the back of
It's
skin
very
has
stretchy.
retention of like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy.
I
But
don't
still.
think it'd be an issue.
Still, not a fan.
And if they have that, they're into pain
Yeah.
That's true. It's very
Yeah.
true.
because
that's
when you lace that up, it's stretched.
That's another problem is the fact that there's a lot of times where certain piercings just convey a different message.
Yeah.
You know? And there's certain messages that I just don't jive with.
You know what? I would. Tattoos used to be like almost like this kind of taboo kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
But
Everyone
now
has
they're
them.
so mainstream, and it's like,
It's
know,
almost-
some of the most important people.
Yeah, you're almost more unique by not having one.
Exactly. Well, not necessarily, because
Well, no. Then we looked up this statistic recently. It was like 40% of Americans have a tattoo.
yeah, 30 or 40,
Adult.
something like that.
Mhm.
But do you guys think that extreme level of piercing will end up being like that with tattoos? Do you think down the road people will be very heavily pierced and it'll be just like tattoos are nowadays?
I think gauges will continue to.
Yeah,
be a
gauges-
I
thing.
think gauges possibly, but I think here's the problem. At the end of the day, there's still societal means. There's still stuff you have to do in everyday life. That's why most people's tattoos are kind of below the neck.
But
not
no,
on the
a
hands.
lot of places are changing all their rules because so many people have tattoos nowadays,
Mhm.
and it's not as big a deal as it used to be.
That is true.
But it took centuries for that to happen.
I'll be
No,
Literally, it's centuries.
Yeah,
but it
centuries.
also,
and
but,
and also
but
I don't
the
think
other thing you got to remember is that it didn't become really popular to get tattoos for a while, and then
Right.
it just
And how
so-
popular is it to get silicone implants to get horns?
But what I'm saying is that tattoos used to be. It was very, very rare.
I
But
don't
now-
know, dude.
but
I don't
then
know
there's
about
something
very
about-
rare. Most people in the military had tattoos
Right,
when you
but
were
it was
when you were
only
looking
certain
at
things
Vietnam.
like that. But like
Like
at the same
most
time,
people.
it was very rare. Like the average person did not have tattoos. It wasn't 40%. But now because of how many people have gotten
It's
into
certainly
tattoos,
paving the way, but I don't think it's anything that will
I'm
happen
just saying
within our
the
lifetime.
100 years doesn't quite work for me because of the fact that it didn't really become popular in modern culture until
Until when?
I don't
Would
know.
you say?
When did it become okay to get a tattoo?
Like that's the thing is
I don't have
why did it
dates
become-
for you.
Well, yeah,
I'm
that's
just
the thing
saying.
is-
But tattooing, look at how long tattooing has been
I
around.
know.
Like,
I
you
don't
have lots of
give a
different
fuck.
cultures who celebrate it, but you
there have been
look at
jobs forever too.
you look at Japanese tattooing.
I know.
Mhm.
I know all this.
I mean, but
I'm
that's
just saying.
same thing with piercings though too.
When it gets
there are
popular.
some crazy
Yeah.
body mod piercings when it comes to different cultures
Will
and stuff like that.
Will it become to the point? Do you think piercings can get to the point, like the crazy piercings that can get to the point where it becomes popular enough that rules start changing in your societal norm?
It's hard. It's hard to judge trends just because
Right,
trends are
They're
very-
random.
Yeah, they
Right.
they don't really follow
and
an exact path.
and tattoos might go the opposite way.
It's
That
true.
we have.
Yeah,
They might go the way of the dinosaur.
True.
being
But-
carried away by Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoo. Shoo. And then they all died.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just curious. It's an interesting thing to think about because
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
because tattoos were taboo.
I don't think so.
I think
Just because I think it took
So many people are getting the septum nowadays. It's not that unusual at all. And think about like 10, 20 years ago. Nobody was
Yeah.
getting that.
it
Even 10 years ago.
It really depends on who. It really depends on what they do once the people who are like piercings and stuff eventually get old enough to be in power.
Yeah.
Honestly.
or be old enough to become parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by then, maybe
Because
nose
kids
piercings are
always
kinda
want to be
lame.
crazier than the parents.
Right. Well, because I might be. Well, you were kind of like this. You were the first person in your family to get a tattoo.
Yeah. I mean, they just, they had no problems with it. But I think they went about it really well. Where they're like, yeah, you could get a tattoo if you want. Like, we don't care. You could do, any body mod you want. But you're not going to get it until you're 18. We're not going to sign off on something. And if you hate it later on, but I ended up getting this one, which, is my family crest. And my dad fell in love with it. So.
Well, my dad got tattoos. Like, I don't have any tattoos, but my dad's chock full of them.
Yeah.
All down his leg. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's one of those things. Is
So are you less inclined to get a bunch of tattoos on a single body part because you see your dad's tattoos?
well, actually, I think I prefer the way his tattoos are set up. They're all kind of separate pieces, and they all kind of have their own place. Because that's the thing. I feel like when I think sleeve, I think complete covering. And that's not how his legs are.
Gotcha.
Well,
and then
Mine's-
so
they're
mine's
just
could be-
separate.
they're like stickers.
Kind
Mine
of,
is
yeah.
gonna be complete.
So with
I
the
don't like that.
prevalence of the baby boomer generation, those baby boomers coming about because of the surge in population based off of the war, people coming back from the war,
Mhm.
as you were saying, a lot of people in the military had tattoos.
I don't know about World War II, but I
Certainly
definitely
in World War II,
Yeah.
at least
Really? Okay,
certainly
cool.
Navy American traditional that came
Yeah.
about because
Oh,
of the
yeah,
military.
for sure.
That's why it's such a prevalent style. So seeing their parents, and now you have the generation above us, which got more and more tattoos. Certainly they were hidden, and then comes our generation. We see our parents, and we see our elders have this. It must be okay.
Yeah.
And so as we get older, as it becomes more and more socially accepted, as we see more and more people in power, more and more wealthy people.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
have
our
these
vice
things.
president,
Mike Pence,
no, not Mike Pence, Biden.
Joe Biden.
He was tatted the fuck up.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't
There's a
know
bunch
that.
of shirtless pictures of him cleaning his Firebird, which of course there are, because this is why we love Joe Biden. And he's just, because he was in the Navy.
Yeah.
So he's just all sorts of tatted.
Navy is now synonymous with a bunch of tattoos.
Yep.
More so than most other branches of military.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know.
Probably actually, with the exception of the Marines. I would say.
But I think that's the thing though too, is the fact that if this were to become popularized, it would have to take a big movement of a lot of people in order to reach the point that I think tattoos are.
Yeah. And it may not ever be as
I don't think it'll ever be
much as tattoos.
well.
But
because we don't view piercings as art.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the fundamental difference.
Mhm.
Well,
The way people appreciate
a lot of people-
art nowadays is through tattoos.
A lot of people didn't appreciate tattoos as art either.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of people that did, but then there are plenty of people nowadays that view piercings as art as well.
I did see a video recently. I think it was like on like BuzzFeed or something, but like about a guy in New York who owns a piercing shop. Will make his own jewelry for the piercings, but will curate your ear based off of its shape.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
And
like there's
and pick out studs and whatever and what
Exactly.
have you
Mhm.
based off of your ear shape.
That's interesting.
So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see it.
and just like placement style, it's a lot of the same.
It's
same
ultimately
sort of
a
things.
self-expression.
Yeah, exactly. So I could definitely see it becoming much more.
In my opinion, keep your self-expression to yourself. I'm just saying.
But
I'm an old grandpa though, so.
Yeah. Anyway,
This is purely from an Americanized culture
Right.
because we are definitely way ahead from most of the world in terms of piercings and tattoos.
yes.
Really?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
in it being socially okay.
Really? Oh,
Mhm.
I haven't left here, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I mean, also like
Well, you look at, barring most tribal communities,
mm-hmm.
because that's kind of like where it's
yeah,
stemming from. You
Mhm.
look
Yeah.
at the Maori,
Mm-hmm.
piercings and tattoos. You look at a lot of African tribes, piercings and not necessarily tattoos, but lots of piercings and scarification.
Yeah.
Scarification got really big.
Yeah.
it did for a while. People were doing like burns and stuff.
Branding.
Like branding.
My I knew somebody who got a because he was in a fraternity. He had the Sigma branded into him when he was
Connor had a brand.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know that's some nuts stuff. But I was talking to him. He's like, honestly, he had a tattoo too, and he's like, honestly, it was so much easier than getting a tattoo.
Really?
Yeah. 'Cause
Well, easier,
it's,
yes.
It's so quick, and it's just like, oh fuck, and then it's over.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they have all the shit there to make sure it doesn't feel as bad as.
But then there's like an ethical question in terms of body modification as well, because technically what you're undergoing is surgery, but these are not surgical conditions that they're performing these procedures in, especially with implants and silicone implants. Like, you can be as trained as you want to be, and you're most likely going to be fine, but splitting the tongue, doing surgical implants, like that, these are surgeries.
Yeah.
But if
And
you're
that's the
if you're-
ethical question.
if
And that's
you're-
why a lot of it, what they're doing, is illegal.
if you're an adult, I have no problem with it.
Yeah,
if you're
I
an
mean, do
adult,
whatever you
take
want to
some
yourself,
personal
but-
responsibility. If you made a bad decision, then you've made a bad decision.
The question is, it's not about what they're doing, what they choose to do with their bodies. It's allowing somebody else to do it, and then how liable is the other person doing it and performing it wrong.
It's like, because if
If
somebody
you're splitting somebody's tongue
if somebody wants
and
to
they
do
bleed
it,
out to death, you're then responsible for manslaughter.
It's like how if somebody wants to do it and they go up and they don't
Mhm.
realize that, if somebody says, "Yeah, I know how to do this," they don't really,
Well,
and
that's
somebody who
conversely,
doesn't
if
know.
somebody dies on the surgery table because they bleed out, we do not charge the surgeon with manslaughter because they have taken the doctor's oath to.
You are
not do
so
any harm.
quiet right now, Justin.
well, yeah, because he was
To not do
Yeah.
any harm.
So you'll have
Yeah.
to repeat most of that.
So, okay. So that's the reason why a surgeon isn't charged with manslaughter if they bleed out on the operating table, is because they've taken the oath to do no harm, and we don't charge them for that because they're just trying to do their job. Whereas if somebody who is untrained in the surgical procedures is splitting somebody's tongue and they bleed out, it's manslaughter
Yeah.
because they are not a doctor.
So yeah.
So there's like an
True.
ethical
Very
question
true.
in terms of why are the in most body modifications, like when you see the silicone and stuff and you see the split tongues, that they're illegal procedures.
Really?
I think for a legitimate reason,
Yeah.
not a good reason. You might not agree with it, but it's legitimate. It's a legitimate concern. Where is the fault then? Is it with the person giving the procedure? Is it with the person that is choosing to have this done by somebody who's not
I think it's
professional?
both. Honestly, it's
Certainly-
they agreed on an illegal contract,
And
therefore both parties are responsible for.
and that is
any
where the law
implications
is,
are.
because if you die, that they get charged with manslaughter for performing it.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, it's like, I wouldn't say manslaughter. I would say maybe an assisted suicide.
No, they're not choosing to die. They're choosing to have a procedure done. It would be manslaughter.
I guess that's true. But what if there's like a waivers now because it's illegal?
You can't
act,
sign. You can't sign, like, if there were a waiver, then you'd see euthanasia all around the country.
Wouldn't we just see that in Asia?
Euthanasia. This has been the NPC podcast. Nerds,
I'm
Pervs,
really
Pervs
glad we left
podcast.
off on that note.
Always.
Support us on Patreon if you'd like. It helps us, to do some more stuff that we would love to do in life.
Yeah. Help Bennett quit his day
Fantastic.
job.
Yeah.
Never.
I'm
I'm in it for the long haul.
Oh God.
well.
Save him. Save him.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Peace out, bean sprouts.
Peace out, bean sprouts.
Peace out, Bean Sprouts.